points to you, and then give the framework through which you guide your reading for your examination. This is our 11th session. For some of you, it's just second session or third session. But what I want to do here is to give you a summary of the guidelines that will guide us, because I cannot bring you all the materials and give you at the same time. I'll give you the materials. You may begin to look for those materials within the context of the framework I've given you. So philosophical thoughts are very wide, very deep, and we cannot finish it in 2 semesters. That's why you know very well. Number 2, philosophical thoughts are imagined. They're very dynamic. So many issues come in because we think every day. We explore every day. We interrogate every day. Now, as you interrogate issues, a number of lessons come into. So it's a continuous thing. But what is important is for me to give you the guideline to which you can think. And what I want to do today is to bring out the key functions of philosophical thoughts in line with the founder of the initiator of philosophical thought, which is Socrates. So we want to look at the key functions of philosophical thought. In other words, why philosophical thought? Why do we have to think philosophically? Why? So I'm going to give you 7 reasons why we need to think philosophically. Why we need to begin to explore our environment. One. Philosophical thoughts enable us to evaluate ourselves. It helps you know who you are. Know thyself. That's the first major principle of philosophical thoughts. Know thyself. Know yourself. Who are you? That's the question now. Some of us don't even know who we are. Whether you are an impulsive person, whether you are a reflective person, whether you are a divergent person, whether you are more of a convergent person, whether you are more of a reflective person, all this is now, you need to know who you are. Where do you belong? Whether you are an introvert, an extrovert, all right? All this is now, you need to know who you are. Who are you? That's the first question you know. So philosophical thoughts help you to know who you are. Have you taken note of that? All right. Socrates says this. His famous word is this. Listen to what Socrates. I'm quoting Socrates now. Socrates says, he came out to people and said, know thyself. That sounded as if he was a clergyman, right? Know thyself. So Socrates encouraged us to regularly evaluate ourselves. And the only way he believed that you can evaluate is for you to reflect on yourself. Okay? Socrates believed that you must regularly evaluate yourself. You must sit back and act so that you can understand your belief system, so that you can understand your motivations, so that you can improve on yourself. Now, a lot of us, so many of us, do not take time to reflect on ourselves. You just follow the bandwagon. You don't even know who you are. So Socrates is saying, know thyself. Number 2, I hope you are right in class.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Prof. We are
Yes,
writing.
Prof. We are
Okay,
writing, sir.
good. Number two, apart from knowing yourself, according to Socrates, Socrates said that one of the most important aspects of philosophical thoughts is that you must seek for the truth, not victory. He said that victory is not what is important, but seek for the truth. So, according to Socrates, he said that that discussion is not seen as debate, so that somebody will win and somebody will lose. No, discussion is to lead you to discover the truth. So, seek for truth, not don't seek for victory. Seek for what? Truth. Because when you seek, the goal of discussion is for you to get wisdom. And you cannot get wisdom if you don't get the truth. In other words, what Socrates is saying is that you embark on discussion not because you want to prove somebody as a loser and somebody as a winner. No, you embark on discussion because you want to improve for, in knowledge. You want to improve in wisdom. That's all. So Socrates is teaching us to do what? Let's seek for truth, not victory. That is why sometimes we tend to follow the crowd. Am I right? You don't follow what you believe in. You follow the crowd because the crowd will say you are a loser. Huh? In democracy they say that there is a game of numbers. All right, the majority carry the vote and they carry the day. But at the same time, minority too should have their say. Somebody who is philosophical, that even if you are alone, you should be able to speak out, make out your voice, and let that voice be heard. Because why? You are seeking for the truth. Not you are not speaking. You're not looking for victory. Let the majority carry their day, but let your issue be discussed so that you can seek for truth. Supposing now we are discussing Nigeria is a nation, we are growing, we are multiplying, Tinubu is doing well, Tinubu is doing that one, and somebody begin to say, okay, how are we growing? All right, because you are seeking for what? For truth. Somebody will say, but this nation of ours, are we truly a nation? The person is seeking for truth. He's not seeking for to win. No, he wants to know more. So teach him to know more. If at the end of the day he becomes convinced that yes, Nigeria is a nation, that you see, he has sought for truth and he has gotten the truth. So in philosophical discourse, therefore, we seek for truth. We don't seek for victory. All right. Number three. Number three. Are you there, all of you?
Prof, we are
Yes, sir.
copying already.
Yes, sir.
Good. Number three. In philosophical discourse, in philosophical thought, please control your emotions through rational thinking. Allow rational thinking to control your emotions, not sentiments. So philosophical thoughts allow for rational reasoning, rational thinking to overtake your what? Your emotions. So Socrates apparently emphasized on the importance of controlling emotions through logical thinking, through logical thoughts. He believed that understanding the root of our feelings helps us with greater wisdom and self-control. In other words, explore the root of your feelings, not based on emotions. Supposing now you are in a class And you find somebody who came into the class, he's dejected, he's demoralized, he's not looking his normal self. And if he's not looking his normal self, you are supposed to seek for where the underlying factors behind that emotions. Don't say, hey, yeah, look at this man, hey, yeah. No, not a yeah. Seek for what? The underlying root of his feelings. Because it will help you now to act, to even help the person. Always go for underlying roots of emotions, not the display of the emotions. Okay? Go for underlying root of emotions through what? Through rational thinking. That's what Socrates is emphasizing. Now, I'm using Socrates' template because Socrates is one of the person who apparently initiated this idea of critical thinking and philosophical thoughts. Number four. Apart from controlling your emotions and allow rational thinking to come in, Socrates believes that he believes in the power of questioning for critical thinking. The power of what? Questioning. Socrates encouraged that any successful philosophical thought must embrace what? Asking questions, number one. Probing, number two. And exploration, number three. I'll come again that he believes that critical philosophical thoughts must use what? Questioning, that's asking question, probing, and exploration. Three things now. A philosophical thinker is somebody who asks questions all the time. That's what I'm saying. So it helps you to ask questions. Don't just pick anything on the platter of gold. Ask questions. Even if your child brings 1 million naira and gives you, you suppose you ask child, where do you get this money, my son? Many of us, when your children send money from the town, they send money to you down the village. You call you come and see, oh, my son has bought car for me. He has sent money for me. You didn't even care to find out. My son, how are you doing? What are you doing to get this kind of money for me? How did it come about? Philosophical thinking is saying, ask questions about environmental variables and all those environmental events that come. Ask questions. Probe. And then what? Explore. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Good. I said, ask questions, probe, explore. That's what Socrates is saying. So he believes in the power of questionings. He believes in the power of probing. He believes in the power of exploration. Now, take note that the idea of all of this is for you to clarify issues and have understanding that will lead you to deeper what? Knowledge. The idea is not to criticize somebody. No. The idea is not because you want to criticize somebody. No. The idea is not because you prove somebody wrong. No. The whole idea is because you want to get more insight. All right? You want to get more insight. You want to increase on your knowledge. You want to clarify issues. Okay? Number 5 now, or 4?
Number 5.
sir.
Number 5. Number 5. Always live with virtue and integrity. In other words, Socrates is saying that a good philosopher must be somebody who lives a virtuous life, where your actions, all right, where your actions align with ethical principles. You remember we discussed a lot about ethics, am I right? Remember when we were doing morality and ethics by Immanuel Kant, where he emphasized the issue of virtuous life. So Socrates is saying that the whole idea of life is that you must have ethical principles. You must operate your life with ethical principles. You must be guided by ethical principles. When somebody is paying you and the person overpays you, instead of sending 1 million naira, 1 million naira to your account, he mistakenly send 3 million naira, and you kept quiet. That violates the principles of ethics. So Socrates is saying that a virtuous philosopher, a good philosopher, a good person, a good philosophical thinker must be able to look at it and say, why did he send 3 million instead of 1 million naira? And so he will ask questions, he will probe, he will explore. When you come home, you find out that your wife has not cooked, and you cook the food and you ate the food, you didn't even keep for her. You ate it alone and you squander everything. Are you guided by ethical principles? No. When you collect your salary, you spend 60% of the salary outside. You drink beer, you drink pepper soup, you take fish, everything, and then you bring the remaining change home. Are you guided by ethical principles? No. So these are some of the things that you need to probe yourself. That a philosophical thinker must be a virtuous person, must be a person of integrity. Because why the Socrates was emphasizing of this issue of being guided by virtue and integrity. Virtue and integrity are the critical points here. Why was he emphasizing on that? According to Socrates, that your virtue and your integrity will be the one that will, these are the things will speak to you after you exit the world. True or false?
True, sir.
Yeah.
Very true.
Of recent, when Pope Francis died, you saw what Captain Torrey spoke of him. He said, Father, Holy Father, you left the world into the world beyond, even though at your old age, but we're crying because you were the one that put your eye, was asking questions about how Burkina Faso was doing, how place of worship was being destroyed in Burkina Faso. You showed concern to us. Last week, he was one of his mobile vans, all right, in Gaza, that was converted to a mobile clinic. These are virtuous actions that people remember him. They remember him because he was a pope now, was he? But they remember him as a pope of the poor, a voice of the poor. Somebody who lived a simple life. In fact, journalists went to the point of even getting the room where he was sleeping. It was not like a hostel, but one tiny bed. Even me, I cannot sleep there. So he abandoned the papal palace and went and took a small room and sat there. So he lived a world of simplicity, a life of simplicity, a life of poverty. And he made sure that whatever thing he gets, he sends it to the poor. What can they remember us of after we exit this world? Will they see us as one, a pretender, two, a sycophant? Will they see us as somebody who is self-centered? Or they will see us as somebody who touched the lives of the vulnerable, somebody who had the principles of what? Objectivity, somebody who stood out and protects his integrity and identity. If this philosophy has not changed your life to that, please start thinking of what virtue can you be remembered with? Because your virtue will never die, but you will die. Your virtue will speak for you. So, which virtue do you think will speak for you? Because you won't stay in this world forever, will you?
No, sir.
Good. So start building a legacy of virtue for yourself, so that at the end of the day, it is a virtue that will speak for you. Forget about those who will sit after your burial. They will be say, "Oh, he was a nice man. Oh, he did this." No, all those ones will die that day. The day they put you into the grave, they pour sand on you. That one ends there. But those living virtues, that will speak your life. These are the kind of things we are saying that you should be guided with, not be guided by things that after a while they are gone. They are gone. Number 6 now.
Yes, sir. Number 6, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Number 6.
Number 6, sir.
Okay. Number 6, Socrates is saying that you should always allow reasoning to guide your decision making. Reasoning and critical thinking to guide your decision making. That before you take a decision, you must reason. You must think critically before you take a decision. Particularly those of us whom God has placed at very high level of society, where you have to take decision for others. Where you have to take decision, because that your decision is going to affect other people. So Socrates held that reason should guide every decision. So he encouraged philosophical thinkers to use rational thinking to navigate challenges rather than reacting. You know, many of us will just act, we like reacting. All right? Emotionally also. So he's saying that don't allow your emotions to guide your decision making. That's number 1. Don't allow your emotions to guide your decision making. Number 1. Number 2. Don't allow your impulsivity. You know, some of us also we learn about this impulsivity. That's taking action before you think. No, don't allow your impulsivity to guide your decision making.
Doc, I didn't get the last word you use. Emotions
Don't
and
allow don't allow your impulsivity. Don't allow your impulsivity to guide your emotions. All right? Don't allow your impulsivity to guide your emotions. Is it clear?
Yes.
Prof. Yes, sir.
So don't allow your impulsivity to guide your decision making. And number 3, don't be reactionary in taking your decision. Let your decision not be a reactionary one because you want to react on somebody, because that person cheated you. So you want to take that decision, it affects him. In fact, let him be punished well, add more punishment on him. Because that's how the man is. That man there, that man there, in fact, he took away my wife from me. This is my time to react. No. Philosophical thinkers must not think that way.
Prof, please, can you come back again for us for that number 3?
Number 3, all right?
Yes, sir.
Don't
Yes, sir.
don't be reactionary in taking
Okay.
your decision. Don't be what? Reactionary. Because you want to
Reactionary.
react, because you want to react on somebody's action in the past. Let it not guide your decision making. Oh, that person was one that bought my car. This time around, I've gotten him now. I will destroy his car very well. I will pay him back. So don't use decision making as a payback situation. Don't react on it. According to Socrates, decision making must be objective, not emotional. Decision making must be
Sir,
what?
is that another point?
No. I'm emphasizing that one. It's not another point, please. It's not another point. I'm emphasizing it.
Sir, according to Socrates, we should not do what, sir?
You should not take decisions based on emotions, based on reactions, or based on impulsivity. I'm just repeating. I'm just putting it another way.
Prof, is Socrates a moralist?
When you after this lecture, you ask him. I'll give him your number. I'll give his number to you. You ask him after this lecture. I will answer you. Look at that. After we have gone through all of this, then you can say whether he was a moralist or he was anyone. But he was a philosopher. I know he was a philosopher. Number 6 now or 7?
7.
Number 7. Seek for continuous learning. Seek for what? Continuous learning. A good philosophical thinker is that person who seeks for continuous what? Learning. Seek for what? Continuous learning. Just like most of you here, even at your age, all right, you are still coming to learn. So Socrates believed that learning should start from the day you are born to the day you die. You must seek for continuous learning every day, every time, until the day you are put to the grave. Then you'll be a good philosophical thinker. Then you'll be a good philosophical thinker. Seek for continuous learning. So learning must be what? Continuous in your life. Don't say that I've gotten this certificate, so that's all, learning has stopped. No. Seek for continuous. Learning must be continuous. You must learn every time until the day you are put to the grave. Now let me quote, let me dictate what Socrates said. I'm quoting Socrates now. Socrates said, open your quotation now. Socrates said, open your quotation. I know that I am intelligent. I know that I am intelligent. I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. Close your inverted comma close. Because I know that I know nothing. Did you get that quotation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. Can somebody explain to me what that stands for? What Socrates is implying by that?
Can I try, sir?
Yes, Dorcas, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, I think what that means is that it takes an intelligent person to be self-aware and know what is lacking in them or to understand their limitations.
Okay. Okay. Can I hear somebody again? Lumumba, let me hear Lumumba.
Can I? Okay, sir.
Well,
Lumumba.
yes, it takes an intelligent man to know that he needs to continue learning. When you accept
Yes.
that you know nothing, it means you are open to learning.
Yes. Exactly. That's what it means. It means that by the time you accept the fact that you don't know anything, according to Socrates, that's an intelligent person. An intelligent person is that person that accepts that me, I am limited, so I want to know more. He said that is an intelligent person. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes. I know there are so many hands up there, but I have a lot of things. I have a lot of since somebody has given us exactly what it is, can we go forward because you have room to ask more questions?
No problem, sir.
Yes. I'll give you room. You ask questions. You have your questions now. Last one now. Last one.
So you started by saying seven reasons.
So I've given you how many now?
7.
So
We have 7 now.
if I add one, is it a fault now?
No.
No,
No, sir. It's for us to go back. It's for us to go back and adjust the opening sentence.
Good.
That is seeking for more learning, sir.
Yeah, seeking for more knowledge, not learning.
That's philosophical thoughts.
Correct. So, at the end of the day, Socrates says what? He said, we must always be critical of societal norms and on unexamined traditions. We must probe and explore societal norms and unexplained traditions. In other words, what Socrates is saying is that always examine the beliefs and customs of society and challenge them if they did not align with the reason of truth.
Can you comment, Peter? We must always be critical of society norms.
Always, yes, you must always challenge, all right, the customs and norms of society if they did not align with the sense of reason and truth. Now you are going out. You have so many issues you are exploring in your society that I gave you. Now you are free to challenge those issues, those ones, and really modify them to align with sense of reasoning and truth. For instance, if in your society you believe that eating meat is a taboo, you are supposed to eat it, to look at that critically and say, how does that align with critical thinking? I know among my people, they used to tell us that women and children should not eat egg. That's what they told us.
Unexplained customs.
That children should not eat eggs because it will make them to be stealing, to start stealing. That women should not eat eggs because if they eat the egg, it will affect the eggs in their stomach, in their womb. So how do you see that one? Does that align with reasoning and truth? Does that?
No, sir, it doesn't. It
No,
even
sir.
sounds very
No,
funny.
sir.
No, sir.
So why what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to explore it and rectify it and modify it. So challenge status quo of customs and traditions. That was Socrates is telling us. Finally, last one now. Last one. Last one. Make philosophy your way of life. Make philosophy your what? Your way of life. Yeah, that was what Socrates is saying. Make philosophy your what? Your way of life. That's what Socrates is saying. According to Socrates, philosophy is not just a theoretical pursuit like what we're doing in the class now. This is a theoretical pursuit. So philosophy is not just a theoretical pursuit, but a practical way of life. He went on to put it this way, that philosophy should guide your daily living and improve on how you engage with the world and others. Philosophy should guide your daily living and improve on how you engage with other people around you and the world at large.
Sir, and improve
on your way of life. All right? Your way of life, on how you engage with other people around you and the world at large. In other words, that philosophy should build relationship between you and others around you, because you always interrogate truth. To build that relationship with you, and then with the world at large. So it should be something that should be your daily living. Philosophers should be a daily thing. It's not a theoretical thing like the one we are learning in class here. No, you must make it a practical way of life. Interrogate issues. All right? Live a virtuous life with your neighbors and those around you. Ask questions about customs and traditions, the way to improve upon it. So, having said this, I want to ask two major questions from this discussion for today that you may begin to ponder on it. Question number one. Question number one. How has philosophical thoughts affected your way of life? How has philosophical thoughts affected your way of life? Now, this question is saying that you should discuss the impact of philosophical thoughts in your life. That's all that question is telling you. When a question comes like this, the question is simply telling you do what? Discuss the impact of this course on your life. How has philosophical thoughts, a course in philosophical thoughts, affected your way of life? Number one is it taught you now to do what? To use the power of questioning and probing. It has taught you to be virtuous. It has taught you to be this. So all this is that we have discussed, the same content it will require you to bring them out. Number two, identify and discuss 7 major functions of philosophical thought in nation building. Identify and discuss 7 major functions of philosophical thoughts in nation building. Identify and discuss 7 major philosophical thoughts, functions of philosophical thoughts in nation building. In other words, we are saying that you should examine the role of philosophical thoughts in nation building. That's all we're saying. That all these items we have discussed, that do they contribute to nation building? That's all we're trying to tell you now.
Come again with the examining, sir. In other words, we should examine.
In other words, examine the role of philosophical thoughts in nation building. In other words, examine the role of philosophical thoughts in nation building. When I mean by nation building, I'm talking of our nation, Nigeria. All right? Look at it. Can it play any role in developing our country, Nigeria, adding value to this country? For instance, if we follow the principle of the philosophical thought that says that learning must be continuous, it means that Nigeria will be what? A literate society. When everybody continues learning, that is something that is continuous till the day you leave the world, the mortal world, it means that very soon Nigeria will be what? A literate society. Not just a literate society, a knowledgeable society. So I'll just give you that example now. All right. So I want to pick questions now from you as far as this is concerned. Can I get some questions now? So
Prof,
this is questions.
Please, sir, could you explain more on the third point you mentioned, or about controlling emotions?
Okay.
The third point, sir.
What we're saying, what we're saying, that in controlling emotions, that emotions should not override you. Rather, you should allow critical thinking to override you, not emotions. That's the point we're trying to say. That not your emotions, because your emotions can actually mislead you. But critical thinking, so they can bring out the truth, which will be the one to override you. For example, your child offended you, okay? Maybe you gave him an assignment he didn't do. And the following day, you were very annoyed with the child. And the child asks you, Daddy, I need to go to school. I have not paid my school fees. When you allow your emotions, you will not give him the school fees. You might even slap him there. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
But you ask yourself, does he truly need school fees? Is it truly my responsibility? Is it my ethical responsibility? Ethically. Morally, is it right? Even if I don't have, morally, is it right for me to deny him food or deny him school fees because he offended me? Is that a good punishment? So, in taking decision as to pay his school fees, don't allow this. We're saying that those emotions should not be allowed to influence your decision, but truth should be allowed to influence your decision. Okay, let me hear.
Yeah, sir. I'm beginning to think that You know, when secretaries came up with all of these principles, I don't know. I was just thinking, with these principles, are they meant to operate or function in every society? Probably that was his thinking. So now I'm beginning to think also that when you look at our society today, especially Africa, but in particular Nigeria, and then I'm trying to look at our governance system, of course, which is in quotes democracy. And I'm looking at what is happening now versus what you just told us. Now, if you look at your number 2 point, which talks about seeking for the truth.
Yes.
And then you look at number 5 or number 4, which also talks about power of questioning.
Yes.
And then you took number 5, which talks about the virtue of integrity. We have all of these things not working for us in our governance system. Number 1, if you seek for the truth, you know what it means. The next thing, I mean, the powers will come on you. If you want to question, again, we're seeing what is happening. If you want to question a politician, it becomes an issue. And then the issue of integrity, that's number 5, is almost not there. And so I'm thinking that can we, because we find people before they come into powers, before they win elections, before they become politicians, they're a bit different. But when they get there, the whole story changes. You can't ask questions. People don't take up. You talked about the power of virtues and integrity. That's people thinking of what happens beyond me. When I die, what will people remember? So do we think we need to have some sort of orientation for our, we keep religion aside now. Let's even talk about orientations, looking at some of these principles. For instance, National Assembly members, our politicians and everything, and see how, because most of these things are absent in our system as it is. Thank you, sir. Over.
Thank you very much. Now, the point is this. You see, you must start building this nation somewhere. That's number 1. Number 2, each time we raise some of these issues, some of these ethical principles, some of these philosophical principles, the first target we look at it are the politicians. We don't look at even the farmers. We don't look at the traders, those who buy fake products and bring to you. Are they guided by ethical principles? So it's a pervadation of society, and you know that the school is supposed to be a key-cup of society, meaning that what happens in the school is supposed to be seen in society. Now, we are here as philosophical thinkers, and we are saying that, is it possible for us to embark on a crusade to address that issue in society, in our local areas, in our offices? We all occupy spaces in this society. So we should begin to look at it from a pervasive point of view, not from a parochial point of view. These politicians you see, they are products of society. These religious leaders you see, they are chosen among us now. Am I right?
Yes.
Those of you there who are Reverend Fathers, were you not part of us? Are you not part of us? Are you not part of us?
They are in the spirit.
We are.
Good. You are part of us. They were chosen among us. So also politicians were chosen among us. And so if you start putting this thing right from the home, you start implanting this thing, inculcating this thing right from the home, then to the school. Now you find that our future leaders apparently they take correction. Society will change. You see, society is not a building block. Society is a process. All right? It follows a process. From the home, the child at the age of 2 years, you started learning things. He improves on it. If you continue on the point and get to university and comes out, of course, there will be people. Look at this man, Captain Traore in Burkina Faso. Now, if you look at the the policies he's putting in place. 1, they are devoid of emotions. 2, he asks questions. Our colonizers, the French, what have you done to us? Rather than picking, is touching our minerals and everything. What have you? Can we take our destiny in our hands? He did that one now, and he spoke truth to power. If you kill me, Burkina, another person will crop in Burkina Faso because with this crusade. So in other words, what we're saying is that you do your own bit in your own small way, and if you have a recommendation, just like you said, that can we have an orientation program? Yes, we have the National Agency for National Orientation is there. Can we? Is it possible for us to recalibrate their programs? Can we do that? All those ones are issues for you to discuss. That's why we're here in the class. Okay, Yakubu, can I hear you now? Yakubu, I thought you were asking a question. Okay. Somebody has a question.
Hello, sir.
Hello,
sir. Good morning,
yes.
Sir. Good mine morning. Is just a contribution. Good morning,
Go
sir.
Ahead. Good morning.
Yes, mine is just to contribute and build a rider to what you just said. Yes. So actually, I was going to speak in that dimension, but thank God you picked it up. Yes. I want to say that supposing a boy or a man who has been a NEPA staff and knows how to climb pole, or when they want money, they go and remove some things from your stabilizer or a transformer, and they begin to charge the whole area to say, bring money if you want your transformer back. Supposing such a person contests an election, and then maybe from the proceeds of that he's stealing, he meets innocent people and gives them gifts, and then he contests to be a councillor or maybe a House of Assembly member. Are you expecting a change in character?
Good.
Are you expecting a change in character? Because he is now a politician? No, he already came with that nature into it. So it's not politics that spoiled him. But like you said, sir, it's his lifestyle, the upbringing and the grooming. That's what he's exhibiting, because he has some space of control of power. But naturally, anybody who is well groomed and well brought up, put him anywhere, he will remain himself. Exactly. And that's why these classes about philosophy is very important, because it gives us an avenue to go into critical thinking before we take actions. Thank you, sir. That's my contribution.
Thank you for the contribution. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, I heard what you said, but looking at Ibrahim Traore, so my point is, we've got to a stage where every aspect of the society, everybody thinks, okay, let me just give you an example. These manholes in Abuja, the cover that people go to steal. I've seen a video where one guy was saying, well, that's his own share of the national cake. And then for those of us that travel from Abuja to Kaduna, there are times that the trains have to stop because people came overnight and removed some metals around there to go and sell. And then these same persons feel that this is their own. He sees his House of Representative member living lavishly. And because they live lavishly, because they don't even care what is happening to us in the society. Nobody's talking about morality. These guys are busy. So my point is, if you take the example of Traore, if you take this example of Ibrahim Traore, sir, if you take the example of Ibrahim Traore, sir, this is Farouk, sir.
Hold on now. I think Madam has solved everything all. You see, what has been inculcated in you is what you play out. You don't give what you don't have now. Now the question, the other bit of the question, the dimension that you brought, which is very, very, very vital here, is that what can we do? Is it possible? Can we have an orientation program where we can now begin to do what we call de-radicalization, because they have imbibed wrong cultures, all right, wrong practices. Can we now do something? Now make a recommendation.
Sir?
Come with a recommendation now.
Yeah, well, for me, you know, I'm looking at it. If you take the example of Ibrahim Traore, because of what he's doing now, everybody is aligning in that country. Everybody is aligning. Homes are aligning.
What are you recommending, please? What are you recommending?
So my recommendation is it still goes around the orientation. I still feel that if you have leadership that is doing the right thing, then those underneath, those followers have no option. So orientation should be compulsory, it should be introduced, and then they begin to see things from this perspective. Thank you, sir.
That's all right. That's all right. We've taken that recommendation. I'm giving you the last option now. I gave you that one. You didn't respond. No.
Sorry. Go ahead. I want to thank you for the lecture. First and foremost, I think some of the discussions, if we have taken into cognizance item 6, which says we shouldn't allow reasons, we should allow reasoning and critical thinking to guide our decision, not emotions. So some of this analysis where some speakers want to summarize the problem of Nigeria to politicians means we are not taking this section to thinking. You must not be carried by emotions. You must look at it and look at critical thinking. Secondly, my question is, from your submission, the lecture, these key functions are as advocated by Socrates. Are there other philosophical thinkers who have also brought you or challenged these notions that have been postulated? And lastly, sir, in a society where we live, how do you synchronize philosophical thoughts with faith and our belief system? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, first and foremost, those issues, these principles that have been put forward by Socrates have been debated upon. There were so many principles. Some have been dropped. In fact, Donald Robertson was one that had the last critical review of Socrates' position. So Donald Robertson apparently had another way of thinking and said that these thoughts should rather be what we should be seen. They should be seen as principles of philosophical thoughts. In other words, they should guide our philosophical thoughts, our thinking. So Robertson was suggesting that there should be some of the principles, all right, that we should see this one not as rules, but we see it as what? As principles of philosophical thoughts. That if we allow this one to form the bulk of our principle, then we cannot begin to build from there. Okay? Do you agree with him that it should form our principles?
Yes, sir. Good.
So, in other words, that philosophical thoughts must embrace critical thinking. Philosophical thoughts must embrace practice of self-examination. In other words, he said, let's put it as embrace. Okay? It should embrace seeking for truth, not victory. Should embrace speaking for using questioning, probing, and exploration. Should embrace virtues and life of integrity. Should embrace this. So you see, that's how Robertson put it. It should embrace. If we here as a class see it as the principle that should guide our actions, our philosophical thinking, then you adopt it now. Because a question might even come this way. We put the question and said, discuss the 7 basic principles of philosophical thinking. I can ask you that question now. It's the same materials we are using. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Whether I say examine, whether I say discuss the functions, whether I say discuss the principles of philosophical thinking, it's the same material. It depends on how you argue with it. That makes some sense. Ebele. Is it Ebele?
Yes.
Okay.
The second question.
This was Ebele. Okay.
Hello.
Ebele.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Prof.
Yes.
Yeah, this is more like sharing my thoughts. Now, looking at this philosophical thought and relating it to our nation and the state of affairs, it takes one man, like what we're seeing in Burkina Faso, to change the mindset of the nation. We saw it happen in Singapore as well. Now I'm thinking, maybe we should go back when we talk about continuous learning. We should go back to the schools, to our children. Like in Japan, I read somewhere that within the first 5 years of school life, a major part of the curriculum is about ethics. Yeah, it's about ethics. So if we take these things back to the school so that the coming generation will have a different mindset. Because everywhere you go, just like someone commented about the manholes and the covers that are being taken away all around the city, and they say, this is my own share of the national cake. That mindset has to be changed. The orientation has to be changed. And I think that starting from the children, the coming generation, is a good place. So that as they grow up with a different mindset. It should not be the Nigerian factor everywhere. So that's my thinking, because we keep talking about these things, everything that has been mentioned here, virtue, emotions, and all of that, continuous learning, ASU goes on strike here and there, and they don't see the reason every now and then, and they don't see the reason to, look into that sector. So it starts from changing the mindset totally from from childhood, the children. So we should look at the curriculum in the schools and make this a very strong part of the curriculum. That's my one
Thank you very much.
contribution. Thank you, sir.
So you're contributing that we should look at the school. You can use the school now to effect this attitudinal change. Okay. Let me hear, who is this person? Is it Onova? Who? Onova.
Yes, I will sir.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I so much align myself with the position of the last speaker. I just have little contribution to make, because most times when we talk about rational thinking and all that, we try to relegate emotions to the background. We should not allow emotions, sentiment, as if they have no role to play at all. Except if we are just trying to hide from our shadows. As human beings, you agree with me that emotion is part of our being, of us being human being. So emotion is a divinely inputted thing by God in us. Sentiment is part of what God has created us with. It is the way and manner that we use it that now matters. Take for instance, like I said, that I align myself with the position of the last speaker. The environment you find yourself plays a very critical role. Those other clients we use as examples and all that, they have things working for them to an extent that makes the society to look the way it is. I'm here in Abuja. My mother is sick in the village. My salary is 70,000 naira in a month. My uncle is sick. I can't pay children's school fees. You see all these issues, staring at you. Even when it comes to the issue of life and death. And let's not deceive ourselves, sir. Sometimes, sir, except by the grace of God, you'll be tempted, sir.
Yes.
Because there is this emotion and this sentiment and the fellow feeling, the sympathy in you. How can this person die because he cannot raise 50,000 to pay medical bill? How can this person drop out of school because he cannot pay 50,000 or 200 naira to write jam? There are so many issues, sir. that we also need to look at in our policy formulations and in all that, sir.
Thank you. Now,
Thank you,
for
sir.
those of you who are PhD students, can you take down this question? Those of you who are PhD students, can you take down these questions? And even master students. Those of you who are PhD students, those of you who are master students and PhD students, can you take down this question, please? Examine 6 basic principles of philosophical thoughts. Examine 6 basic principles of philosophical thoughts, demonstrating their relevance to national development. Particularly if you are a PhD student, I think it's very, very important. The second one, this question, because for master students, there is a limit to which you answer this question.
Prof, can you come with the question again?
The question is this. Let me take that question again, please.
Yes, sir.
Examine basic principles of philosophical thoughts, demonstrating their relevance to national development. For master students, take down this question. Discuss the role of philosophical thoughts in nation building. Discuss the role of philosophical thoughts in nation building. Discuss the role of philosophical thoughts in nation building. For PGD students, take down this question. For PGD students, take down this question. Explain 3 principles of philosophical thoughts according to Socrates. Explain 3 principles of philosophical thoughts according to Socrates. Explain 3 basic principles of philosophical thoughts according to Socrates. Three basic principles of philosophical thoughts according to Socrates. Question number 2. Question number 2.
For who, sir? For PhD or for master, sir?
Masters and PhD. I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. Discuss this. I know that I am intelligent. I know that I'm intelligent because I know that I know nothing. Discuss. I know that I am intelligent. All right? I know that I'm intelligent because I know that I know nothing. Discuss this in the light of the basic principles of Socrates' philosophical thoughts. What is the relevance of this to nation building? What is the relevance of this to nation building in Nigeria? Okay. So if you are able to salute through and walk through these questions, then I think we are on the path to success. I'm giving you this tutorial questions to guide you. These are the kind of questions that you may play out in your exams. So the aim of this tutorial is for us to discuss some of them. Pick a topic, I will discuss it, and I bring up some questions to you. So if we walk through some of these questions, I am confident that those of you who are in the class here, you can answer these questions now. Is it not so? Can you not answer this question?
We can, sir.
We can, sir.
Very well. Very well.
So work on it. Well, if you can answer this question, then we are on course. Next in our next class, we'll pick another topic again that I think is relevant for our course. Then we'll have a tutorial on it. Then we'll raise questions of it again. So I'm going to review metaphysics. I'm going to review epistemology, and then bring up questions out of them. I'm going to review African philosophy. We'll bring some questions out of that. All right? And then this question that will actually guide you. You begin to work on them.
That's the topic, of course. Metaphysics, morphology.
Don't worry. I'll give you the topic as we go. All I interested today, all that I want to achieve today, is for you to look at the basic principles of Socrates' philosophical thoughts, which you have them already. You have enough already. So it is a basic principle you can play around with it, whether they say functions, whether they say role, whether they say anything, they are all there. All right? Is it clear, please?
Yes, sir.
Good. Except somebody has an important question, otherwise we will call it a day today. If you have, please, you have something that relates today, just on this one, just on this Socrates principles. If you have a question on it, it's something you don't understand, let me know, because I'm not going back to it again. All right? Or if along the line you are reading, you want some materials from me, I can get some materials for you. Adam or Yusuf, they're all raising your hand.
We need the materials,
yes.
so.
You need the materials?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll give you the material if I can. But even if I cannot give the materials, you can know to answer this one now.
You seem to have a high.
Yeah, but if I work on it, I'll give you the material. The material I have on this one is skeleton. I can work on this and give you. All right? So in our next lesson will be next week. We will pick up some topics. Next week we have to do 2 topics so that we can finish on time. Or we might even do 3 topics. We may do 3 topics next. Just see the review. So next week we are looking at. We'll take three topics if I can. Just give you an overview, and then we give you an overview, and then I give you some tutorial questions, just like I did today. Why this one took us time is because this one I taught it fresh, so it took us time to go through it. But that one I will just highlight the major areas that we have taught, and then the tutorial question that will follow it. All right. Any other question again?
No, sir.
Farouk.
Yes, sir. No question, sir.
You want to say something?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm fine.
Oh, okay. All right. If there's no question, we'll call it again. Please, they should remind me so that on Wednesday I'll send the materials to you on this one, or I can post the materials on Friday morning before we continue with the next item.
I'm a very gentleman and I don't like women who appear to be antagonists.
Thank you so much, Prof.
Thank you so much, Prof.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And you too.
Thank you,
Enjoy
sir.
your weekend.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. God bless you, sir.
Thank you,
God
Prof.
bless you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a good day, sir.
And you too, sir.
Thank you, sir. Prof.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
God
sir.
bless you, sir.
Thank you, Prof.
Remember the days we were young, wild and free, basic getting sprung.